cut out of the friend group. You're
Yeah.
cut out of that because just stuff. So like,
Mhm.
I mean, and then because I did that, I kind of like didn't get in the friend group with like, because I didn't join any clubs then.
Yeah.
So that kind of fucked me over, right?
Yeah. And I feel like that's like such a like a big thing about like college or whatever is like the people that you talk to.
For sure. For me, it was like, because like, so I pretty much lost out on chance of like getting a friend group too, because like
Mhm.
my roommate, me and him were cool, but
Yeah.
like we weren't buddies. Like we just, I'll just be honest, we weren't. Like he was always at his girlfriend's
Mhm. You were
because
kind
she
of like
was,
acquaintances that
yeah, like
shared
we
a
were
room.
chill. Yeah, we were chill. Like I mean, but like he came to Platteville because of his girlfriend. But like he went with her, right?
Yeah.
And stuff, and like he had like a friend group from high school, pretty much.
Mhm.
And then me, I like I was always with my girlfriend
Yeah.
half the time, right? So I did, and I was like, we're always chill.
Mhm.
We just never got to be good friends because of that.
Yeah. And I feel like such like a big issue with like me finding like somebody to like date with at MATC is I'm kind of like in my own like category with like the whole like IT stuff, and there's not many girls that go into that, and the girls that
Yeah.
do go into that are really fucking weird. I'm gonna be honest with you, and that's saying a lot about the people who do go into IT because I'm like, I can relate to some of these guys, but at the same time, I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, like they're nerdy.
I'm like, these guys blow me out of the fucking water sometimes. And it's a tough thing to say, but that's been some of like the main reasons why I'm like, oh, is this really for me? Because I'm like, I see the people that like I'm working with now, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I was like, ugh. And that's one of like the advantages about a 4 year or whatever is that you get to go to like different classes that don't have to deal with your certain
Like,
degree.
yeah, like I've been with people in a lot of different majors with my
Yeah,
gen eds. And like, I don't know, engineering's kind of like you get the really nerdy guys,
mm-hmm.
and then you also though get the like guys that are just like hicks. You get the hicks too.
Yeah,
That's what I say. You get the nerds and you get the hicks.
mm-hmm.
That's what engineering is.
Yeah, and I get the fucking nerds.
Yeah.
I get the it's far gone for some of these guys. There
You
have
get
been
the
a lot
like,
of cool people I've met through it, but very, very few people I've been like, I can really relate to this person and what they're really talking about. But it's also difficult because at MATC, like, the average age there is like 20, like 4 or something like that. And well, I am not 24.
where is C4?
Yeah, probably should have thrown the C4.
But like one thing about Platteville too is just like there's not that many girls,
Mm-hmm.
and like the major I'm in, there's really not that many girls at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's not that many girls in engineering
Yeah.
at all.
I will say, being close to like Madison and like farming it off of like dating apps or whatever, is so nice because I actually have a like wide variety of people to talk to
Yeah,
instead
that's
of like kind of just dealing with outer cities and stuff like that. I can focus more on Madison being one of the biggest cities.
like I get Dubuque
Hmm.
and Plattsburgh, and
Yeah.
I'll be honest, there's not that many people I'm beating that. There's not that many girls in Platteville.
Yeah. It's all fun and games till you start scrolling and you get a guy. That's when you know you've gone too far.
I remember getting some guys on freaking Facebook.
Yeah.
The Facebook one.
But like, I feel like it's like so hard as like a guy to like find somebody to like date and get along with, because
It's so hard for a guy,
and
especially in like
I mean like
for Platteville.
you meet like the height thresholds too, and you still have issues.
Mm-hmm.
I don't meet those high requirements. So like, I
I
gotta
mean,
be like overly like handsome or overly funny and stuff like that. I punched that guy to death.
like I know I'm not that good looking.
Hmm.
I know I'm not like top of the line type of. But like my profile, like I guess
What happened? What happened there?
they knocked me and then died to the freaking cat. Like I mean, like my like profile pictures aren't bad at all. Like I don't know.
Hmm. I don't know, and like I feel like you now somewhat understand like my positioning when it more comes towards like jazz or whatever. Now that you've actually gone through somewhat of it,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say as serious as me and her were, because it was like it was basically a few days later. If I would not have said this shit I said, I would have asked her out.
Yeah.
And cause like I was like, I'm not ready, but I know she's ready, so I gotta better myself. And I focused on that a lot.
Yeah.
And then
And
my
like
job just didn't help, and school didn't
that was
help,
yeah,
and the
that was
car
the thing
accident
with
didn't
me and
help.
Lauren. It was like I wasn't ready, and then and then like once I finally was ready,
Hmm.
I knew it was too late.
Yeah.
Like I just knew it was.
Hmm.
Like I was just like I pretty much just was,
Yeah. No. When, bro, throw your C4. Get on point.
yeah.
Do something. Too late. And you missed.
But like it was just like I was like she came over. It was like New Year's, and I was just like I was thinking in my head like I was just like I should ask what are we?
Hmm.
Like what are we gonna become?
Yeah.
But I never did because I was just I was just like I was just enjoying the moment pretty much.
Hmm. And I feel like that there are some times in your life where you do gotta think about maybe just enjoying like what you got going and stuff like that. And
Yeah. To me, I was just like I'm just enjoying it. Happy I have someone that I can talk to, and at that time I was just like, I'm happy. I got, I was like kind of expecting something like this, but
yeah,
wasn't expecting. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I wasn't like, oh, if I don't get this, I'm gonna be super sad. I
hmm,
was just like, I was more just like,
10 seconds.
this could happen,
Hmm.
but I'm not gonna bank on it either.
Yeah.
And
I
I
feel
just think,
like
Biohazard container
when
located.
you're like, man, like I really need this or whatever, and then all of a sudden like it starts to happen, I feel like you start like panicking just a little bit because you're like, oh shit, like I shouldn't throw this away, and then all of a sudden that's all you can think about is like,
mm-hmm,
oh shit, like I shouldn't throw this away, and now you're like always like constantly checking like your constant actions and stuff like that, and always making sure that you're not messing up, but at the same time like you're not worried about your like mental health, I should say, because
yeah.
you're kind of just focused on what they think,
Mm-hmm.
which it can be damaging, but at the same time, there's all
Securing the container once
probably
it's ready.
benefits to thinking about how they view you.
Securing the container.
It's
Yeah.
crazy that person got smoked.
Lock on target. First floor.
Securing the room.
Where? Was he above? Oh, yeah, he was.
Friendly, last operator standing.
What? Oh,
Was he above as well?
yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't the guy who killed me, but...
I was so lost on that. I had not seen that.
And I switched over to you, and you just died randomly, and I was like, wait, what the hell?
That's what
But,
I was. I was just like, what? I didn't.
but like, I don't know if, like, you saw, like, the Twitch drone, or whatever, that, like, hole that was above up there, that's where I died from. I didn't notice that.
Like, I don't know. It was just like,
I don't know, relationships are
over.
tough, man.
Yeah, bro. I was just like I said, for
Neutralize the threat.
break, I was just,
Hmm.
just more trying to just enjoy it.
The biocontainer.
And I feel like a large portion of, like, what some people in relationships really take for granted is
Hostile activity.
just how much, like,
Once the threat is
they help you
15 seconds remaining.
better yourself as a person and stuff like that, or worsen yourself as a
10
person, because
seconds remaining.
a person can bring out the best of you, but they can also bring out the worst of you at the same
5
time.
Mm.
And I feel like sometimes you gotta kind of identify who's that person who does either one of those things,
We
because
have been eliminated.
you can feel like somebody bringing out like strong emotions in you, but you don't know what those emotions that you're feeling are.
Yeah.
And that kind of complicates a lot of things in relationships. And I don't mean to nag on Joey and stuff like that and record it here, but like I feel like that's what she brings out, the negative side of all of his emotions. And but he feels such strong emotions because he's coming off of rough patch after rough patch after rough patch, and that she, I'm guessing, is kind of like the light at the end of the tunnel for him.
Yeah.
And then he got there, and then he was like, shit, like, I don't know what to do anymore. And she didn't help.
Mm. Yeah. Like, so like, me and Lauren, it was just like, always just like, I think going into it, I never really was like, I want to be with Lauren either. Like the entire like relationship,
Mm-hmm.
whatever we had, I never was like, I want to be with her.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one. I would say like later on, once it was like too late, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I could see myself. I was like, I didn't see myself being with her,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like she's the one.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be with her.
Yeah. I feel like there's a difference between obsessing and loving, you know?
Yeah, like I would say I was obsessed with Lauren. I would say
Mm-hmm.
like she was the. I would say she's the
Addicted,
one that
addicted. There we go.
I was.
That's
Yeah,
the word.
that's a good
Addicted.
word. She was like I was hooked on just being with like
Mm-hmm.
because she was the one that kind of like got me over it. You
Yeah.
know, I was in a bad place and just she got
Mm-hmm.
me over the hump pretty much. She
Yeah.
got me through it.
Yeah. She was able to help you on a much deeper level than I'm willing to go for
She was
for
able to
anybody.
get,
For anybody.
she was able to do something like get me where no one else really would be able to do because
Mm-hmm.
like there's just nothing
10
like
seconds remaining.
a guy and a guy. There's only so far,
5
so
seconds
much
left.
like
Yeah.
connection they have. Like,
Yeah.
Op 4 has located the biohazard container.
there's only so much they can do.
Yeah.
Like
I feel
there
like
needs to be
that's a fair statement.
like there has to be like a girl that
Mm-hmm. I feel like it really comes down to like an emotional bondingness.
yeah.
Cause like this sucks to say, but like at like the same time, like I feel like it's very true for a lot of people. Is that like I don't really connect with another guy on an emotional level that I do with a girl.
That was so clean. I'm sorry. That was a one tap. Just like
Like
that was.
like the friend group or whatever. Like we're boys and stuff like that. Like we're like side to side, but like, at the same time, like I like don't think that like I'm emotionally connected to you guys as much as like I would say for Jazz, who is somebody I was only with for like a few months,
Yeah.
and that's strictly just based off the emotions test.
Stop the hostiles from
There's just something a girl
Op 4
like
remaining.
there's a part of it where it has to be a girl.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be that girl connection.
Yeah, and this is the main reason why I don't think guy-girl best like friendships really
15 seconds
are
left.
sustainable in the long run.
Hostiles eliminated.
Yeah.
Because I feel like either or is going to get emotionally invested into the other person,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to start like showing more and more of that. And if the other person is dating somebody, that the other person's spouse or partner is going to notice that before the person will every single time, because they're like, hey, look, they're doing shit I don't even say to you.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's more of what me and Lauren had was that
Mm-hmm.
best friend type of
Yeah.
thing. It was like that's what we had,
Mm-hmm.
but we weren't looking for that.
Eliminate hostiles.
We were
Yeah.
looking like I mean, like she was looking for a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of was, I would say,
Yeah.
but I was really looking for like that.
10 seconds left.
Emotional bonding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Down to 5 seconds.
You know,
Somebody that you
talk.
can connect with. Yeah.
Someone I can talk to.
Yeah.
Protect the biohazard container at all.
And I feel like,
That's what I needed.
yeah. And I feel like that it goes just a long way. I could have opened up the last remaining part there if you needed, but I see. But I feel like that's something that like not a lot of people get to experience in their lives and stuff like that. It's just somebody to
Prevent
confess
further access to the biohazard
a lot of
container.
things to,
Stop the hostiles
and
from
them
securing the
have,
biohazard container.
and them confess a lot of things back to you. Because I feel like you both gotta be on a level where you both can feel that type of way.
Yeah, I would say we
Take out the hostiles.
we both talked. We both explained. We both said some stuff that not everyone knew about. I would say we got pretty personal on some
Yeah.
points.
And
I
I always hate like going back to like the past and stuff like that, but like the whole like long term like Tamiya thing or whatever, like that fucked me up for so long that like I couldn't like process a lot of things, and like even after like the breakup, like a few years after, like I was still like, man, like I don't know what to do anymore with my life. Cause like I had planned so much, so young with her and stuff like that, and like this is the way I want to like shape my life, and I'm getting to those moments and years and stuff like that, like now, like
yeah,
in the years that I'm in right now, and I'm like, wow, like what the hell am I gonna do with my life?
that's kind of like for me, Caden. Like
Mm,
I I would say we planned a lot. Like we had like things planned out,
yeah,
and I think that's part of some of the stuff that hurts me most.
mm-hmm,
Like you have something planned out with someone, and,
mm-hmm,
like, and then they're just gone.
yeah. I feel like, and I hate saying this because it's super hypocritical what I'm about to say, but I feel like once you break up with a person, like you view them in such like a purely negative light, and some of the time like it's just not warranted at all.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of just like sitting there thinking like, wow, this person like really sucked and like did all these negative things, but you're not thinking about all the general positives that they did in your life. And sometimes there is no positives. But sometimes you're sitting there like, wow, like I had all this, but at the same time they did all this, and that's why I don't like them anymore. But I feel like there are some cases where you're like, oh man, like was it just built on lies?
I truly think me and Kane's relationship was just lies.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And
like,
it's hard because we're obviously not doing this with either one of the two people that we're talking about, or three people that we're talking about currently,
yeah.
so we don't have their side of the stories. And shit, I mean, if they want to, share their side of the stories,
I would love to hear it.
yeah, I would love to hear that.
Op 4 eliminated.
I'd love to bring them on here, dude. Get them to talk.
I mean, Lauren and I kind of there's nothing. I don't have anything bad to say about her. Or
Yeah.
anything. I mean, like she brought me out of a bad place, and
Mm-hmm.
we weren't in a relationship, but
Mm-hmm.
there's whatever. But like, I mean, like Tayden at the
Bring her on real quick.
at the breakup,
Mm-hmm.
I agreed with her. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But then time passed, and then I like, you take that step back and you like look back at things.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a lot of things.
And I know like you like said a couple of them or whatever, and like now looking back on it, like I'm like, man, shit, like those are some like major red flags that I know I've been preaching, and I'm like I probably should have like said something or warned something out there, because I'm like
Everyone just overlooked them. Like, I mean,
right.
Like, no one thought of anything of it.
I was like
At the
I was like
time-
he seems like generally happy. I was like good for him, and then
Yeah,
like
that's-
I've taken like a
time,
couple of moments, and I'm like shit.
yeah,
Like-
you look back at it and it's like, that's should, like that was something that probably
Yeah. I'm like,
would have been.
I warned Jeremy about these. I was
Yeah,
like, I've told him about that shit.
There's just some things that like people just, everyone just overlooked and just.
Mm-hmm.
Gemini was taken out.
I was like, and that's tough. And like looking back at like a lot of different things or whatever, I'm like, man, I feel like I gotta start like keeping like a notebook of like all these. That's unlucky for Montaigne there.
Down to one friendly.
But I was like, I gotta start keeping like a notebook of like these certain like red flags.
Yeah.
Because I was like, they've come in like so many different like forms and have just gone unnoticed. And I was like, for having like such a big like support group as our friend group and stuff like that, like unnoticing that with everybody there, I'm like, wow, this is. It's like we really kind of let everybody down there. So I was like, I feel like we highlight these ones with Joey all the time.
Yeah, I don't know, it's just like with Tatum, like for me it was like that's but like I don't know. Tatum, it was just there's like things where it was like I remember one weekend she was like we're gonna hang out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't real like she was either like she was gonna hang out with me or like she was gonna go to her friend's place. Like, friend's house, like, go back to her friend's house or whatever. And, like, when she was talking, she didn't really want to go to her friend's like, stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I stayed back, I didn't go home that weekend. I was like, I'll stay. And then it was, like, that Thursday or whatever, and she was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to my friend's place. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then she was like, oh, if you had friends or whatever,
You ready to engage off 4?
besides, my friend group,
Mm-hmm.
like, you wouldn't be upset. And I was like, I didn't, for me, it was just like, that's not why I was upset, right?
Yeah.
I was upset because,
10 seconds to insert.
We kind of mutually agreed to hang out.
we were like, we're gonna spend the weekend together.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh,
Has located the
that's
biohazard
not.
container.
Like, so,
Which is-
heads up would have been, or like more
Which is-
clear cut communication would have been.
Which is fine. Like,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. Like, right? Like, I'm completely fine with, spending the weekend here by myself. Or, like, whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, it would be nice,
I tried to pick a fight with a pistol.
Friendly, last operator standing.
or it was like, it kind of would be nice to, like, have that,
Yeah.
Protect the hostiles from securing the biohazard container. They've ceased attempting
Dude, I went crazy in the assist count.
last op standing. Friendly's victorious.
I went. We got carried.
I had a game.
Man, talk about the assist numbers on this team, though.
Nice.
And like, I just remember her just like, even after the breakup, she was just like, she brought up like that or whatever, and I was just like, I was just like, I was fine with that. It was just,
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked a heads up, or like, it was like, we said we were gonna hang out, and then you changed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of changing plans last minute unless like something like really tragic comes up, kind of like your whole situations with Lauren have been.
Lauren, yeah.
Where they're
And,
kind of
like-
like, oh, that, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like the first time.
Yeah.
Like, it was like that, and then I probably should have just backed off it right away, but I never backed off it.
Yeah, never back down, never what, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. She was like, oh, my friend had a seizure the other day.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, damn.
That's not good.
and that's not good. Whatever. And I was like, you want to hang out at this time? Maybe. And then, later on, she was like, sorry about whatever, I was focusing more on this. And I was like, fine. I was like, we'll just have to maybe date another time.
Mm-hmm.
And we did go on a date. I would say the date was good.
Yeah.
I probably should have made a move.
Yeah, I feel like we're dealing with a lot of like hindsight at the current moment and stuff like that. We're like, but
Like,
it comes down to like basically like in sports or whatever, where like somebody's on the couch saying like, oh, why didn't he do this or whatever, and it basically comes down to like the
you gotta be in the moment.
yeah,
too.
you gotta like think of like your thought process in that exact moment, and it's really hard to do that and stuff like that because you want to figure out like what I can do better next time instead of like, okay, like what was my thought process in this moment at this time.
Yeah, like in the moment, like I mean, like there's like a thought of like I should kiss her sometime.
Eliminate hostiles.
There was a thought of that,
Yeah.
but it was just like most of it was just like when I went there, I was like, that's not what I was looking for. Was just a hookup. Yeah. Like I
10
was
seconds left.
going there to
5 seconds.
connect with her, have a good
Yeah.
Protect the biohazard container.
have a
at all
good
costs.
experience with her. I think that's like that's what I went there.
Mm-hmm. And like looking back, like not like using hindsight is, I feel like just impossible, because I feel like we all want to be better than what we were in that exact moment. And I forgot what my operator ability was for a second there. And
They're always good.
yeah, I realized that when he walked around with the machine gun.
Biohazard container. Mission failed. All
And
friendly
I feel like just using hindsight is so damaging to most people, but it's so beneficial at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's so hard because like you can't really sit here and be like, oh, you could never do that, when you really have to.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I think if I look back, I could be in a relationship with her right now. I could be.
Well, the question is, were you ready? Were you ready to take on
hostiles.
that responsibility
Yeah. I
and
would say I
her
wasn't
responsibilities?
And also, like, if I think about it too, it was like,
Reload.
if I like did get in a relationship with her,
Mm-hmm.
Quick throw.
would it last? Like, would it be worth it?
And that's why I kind of like phrased it as ready to take on her.
Damaging.
Like that's why I was like using
Protect the biohazard
an example of what was I saying? Her fuck. What was the word I was using? Why did I forget it? But
With Lauren.
shit. It completely blanked out of my mind, and I have no idea. Her responsibilities. There we go. Responsibilities.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, cause she's busy all the time, and
Yeah.
I feel like they're about to rush point, but I feel like I don't see you being ready for that and stuff like that. And I think we're seeing that now strictly based off of like, because me and you were kind of feeding into the same pot there of like, maybe like if she cancels again, like it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like looking at it, like she has just a million responsibilities, and
15 seconds. Op 4 eliminated.
I kind of feel bad for kind of pushing that like rhetoric of like being like, yeah, you guys probably like should stop talking after like a few stoppages there, but then I'm like, I see now.
Like, I understand completely every time why she canceled. Like,
Mm-hmm.
first time was friend having a seizure. Like,
Mm-hmm.
heck, but once you like with her, like, I'm sorry, but like, if one of my friends is having a seizure right now, like,
Yeah.
when I'm hanging out with them, yeah, I'm gonna cancel a date too.
Yeah, and I would too. Like if somebody's having a
I get
seizure,
that.
I'm taking the day off, dude. I'm not going. I'm not going in.
Like, I get that one.
Mm-hmm.
One was just I don't remember what it was. Like, another one was just like, just like homework or something,
Mm-hmm.
which I if you like heard what she's had for homework, yeah, I would too. I remember the one time we did go on a date. She was like, "Yeah, I want to be done by eight o'clock because I have this much homework
Yeah.
due
And
tonight."
yeah, that's always rough and stuff like that. And we've kind of talked about this earlier today about pushing off homework and stuff like that. And sometimes like professors just kind of slap homework and it's like, yeah, just do it today.
Yeah,
It's like what?
5 seconds before insertion.
and
And
like I mean,
that's the hard part about college.
she's taking 19 credits too.
Biohazard
Yeah,
container
there is that.
And then, not only that, but then she also works, 70 something hours half the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're, like, I remember the one time she told me, like, yeah, I was told I can't go to work today
Hindsight
I
is
was
damaging
scheduled
because
because
you're
I've
not
worked
thinking of
too
in the moment
much.
and you make yourself feel down.
Like, I'm sorry, but what?
Yeah.
You're scheduled to work, but you can't go into work because you've worked already too much. Like, that's crazy.
One friendly operator
Yeah. I don't know. I can't really speak much about her like
we have been eliminated.
degree and stuff like that and what she does because I know absolutely fucking nothing about it.
Yeah.
And
I knew nothing about it. And I would always ask her, like, oh, what are you, like, when she's
Mhm.
at work, I would always ask, like, what she's doing or, like, where she's working. Because, like,
Mhm.
I knew she, like, sometimes worked, like, different units or whatever. She always, like, she usually worked the same unit.
Yeah.
But then I would always ask, oh, where you, different things about it. And eventually she just kind of got annoyed about it.
Yeah. I mean, isn't she like into nursing or whatever it is?
Yeah, she's nursing, and then she works in like the ICU,
Yeah.
which is like a lot of like heart stuff she deals with,
Yeah, and
and like critical
Drone deployed.
stuff.
Op 4
I feel like that's a lot of just mental draining and stuff like that.
Hindsight is damaging
And, like,
because
I
you're
would
not
say
thinking
she
of in the
sees
moment
that,
and you make
like,
yourself feel down.
I would say,
Don't make yourself feel down.
which
10
is
minutes.
a lot.
Is she in healthcare? Prison?
Mhm.
You work with someone, and, you're working with a patient, and then
Mhm.
they're just gone.
biohazard container located.
Yeah.
Proceed to its location.
There's a toll you take.
Okay, well, I can't
I
do
also
that
do ICU. Complicated health problems.
because I was trying to turn down the like narrator comments volume or whatever because like all of a sudden like the comments will click in and all of a sudden you'll just go like 99% quiet. So like all of a sudden like you'll be like talking and like somebody will be saying something in the comment because we have one viewer here or whatever, and like sometimes takes me out of the conversation for a second. I'm gonna die to a thorn. I didn't die to the thorn, I got shot. But I can't really say much about it or whatever, because I do stuff off computers. So,
Yeah.
and I do programs that do the shit for me. I just gotta make sure they work right.
Going to turn me down. Down.
And, like, there are just so many aspects about, like, not truly, like, knowing what somebody does that you're kind of like, man, you know, maybe not. Because, like, you don't want to be like that person's like, oh no, you got this, and then you realize, well, I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. Like, they may be going through some, like, mind-numbing shit.
Yeah.
And you're kind of just there, just like telling them, keep it in, keep it in, keep it in. And you don't know how much they got in them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
We have been eliminated.
But there are also, like, certain aspects of it where you're kind of like, I respect you doing that, but at the same time, damn, slow yourself down a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you're going just a little too hard at it, and
Sure, computers are complicated.
I'll be right back.
alright. My co-host is leaving for a little bit. I think he has to pee. I'm not sure, though. Well, if he does that, I'm gonna pull up my notes app real quick. Try to find where I put some of the general questions, because I can feel the conversation me and him have kind of been having dying down just a little bit here, and it's not really good, because me and him have been going on and on and on for truly what has been like 2 more hours than what this stream has been going for. So the stream's been going for 40 something minutes here, and we've been talking for like since I got home pretty much, and I got home at like 6:30, so it's going a while now. You guys have kind of just been tuning in more towards the backside of this whole conversation, but I think he's back.
Oh.
I don't know, I was keeping the stream entertained by pretty much saying, I was like, I don't know, I've been home for like since like 6:30, and we've kind of been talking since 6:30.
Wow, dang, that's very time.
I'm like, man, like I should have started this stream like 3 hours ago. Like we've been cooking.
Bro, we've had some good conversation, though.
It has been a like very fluid conversation, and we've kind of had around like the same topic that we've been talking about, which is always nice because we can kind of relate to each other, but at the same time, we're not like the same person molded together.
Yeah. Oh, hey, look, I saw my ex on UW Platform Story.
Yeah.
She's on the dance team, so.
You just like the dancers, huh?
I don't know, man. Hey, Lauren was
Yeah, put me in my place.
5 seconds.
You know, I think me and Lauren probably could have made some good
Container
D1.
located. Proceed to location.
Yeah.
Like, I think that would have been some D1 days right there.
Dude, I gotta find me like a tall, athletic woman. That's what I need in my life. But all respect towards the person I'm currently talking to at the current moment. She's not extraordinarily tall. To be fair, she's also not small. She is taller than I am. She's not saying much. At the same time, it is.
Entertaining me.
Dang, I got wall banged.
Fucking bees, dude.
Down to one friendly.
Oh,
Talking about chicks.
I think me and Lauren are probably making you.
Yes. Person
I
in
would
the comments
say-
here talking about chicks.
Like, she was,
We have been
she was
eliminated.
a pretty athletic swimmer.
Mm-hmm.
She was a really good swimmer.
Yeah.
Decently tall, I'd say. You know?
Mm-hmm. See, I feel
Hang
like
on.
anybody compared to me is decently tall, you know?
And like, I mean, I'm 6'3".
Mm-hmm.
I could have played D3 baseball
Yeah.
if I went to the right college for it, right?
See, and that's one of like the most like concerning things, and I know you have said this like multiple times, is that like you could have gotten into a relationship multiple times throughout like your life now, but at like the same time, like it wouldn't be like a quality type of relationship, you know?
Yeah, like,
So like you can like sit here and say like you could have gotten into a relationship, but you meet the higher requirements for a lot of different girls. I don't. And you've also got mostly the looks and stuff like that, and you pretty athletic. I got problems with the whole athletic ability, but there's that.
To go.
And I see you struggling. I'm like, damn.
5 seconds.
I'm like, damn. There's no hope.
thing with me too is just like,
Container and secure it.
I'm pretty strict on who I like
Mm-hmm.
think about you. Like, I could have had like, there's this one girl. If I was ready,
Yeah.
as she, but another thing too is just like, I'm not gonna downgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Fair enough.
I don't want to downgrade. Like, I mean, Tayden was. Tayden's kind of hard to beat. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I would say Lauren beats her,
Mm-hmm.
probably.
I would think so.
Right? I mean, like,
I definitely think both of the people that I have known that you have openly talked to or whatever, I think they're decently hot.
yeah, I mean, they're both. It's not just like they're some garbage person
Down
that's
to one
just
friendly.
Yeah.
whatever. Like, I mean, they both of them are like, yeah, they're good looking, good,
Mm-hmm.
something there.
Yeah. They have some advantages. They got the good looks, but
Yeah.
one of them was a fucking psycho.
Probably both of them, I'd say. Deep down,
Probably.
Deep
That is
down,
crazy.
I think deep down Lauren's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you got to be kind of crazy to take on nursing as a
Yeah.
profession. I feel like you've got to be kind of crazy.
He
Yeah.
loves it too. Like, that's like, she's getting a tattoo in like spring break, and it's like a heart and like a mixed with like a brain thing.
Mhm.
But like, it's perfect for her.
Yeah. I feel like that's like one of the things you kind of got to be I feel like you got to be a little bit crazy to do a lot of things, you know?
Yeah.
I think JJ's crazy for wanting to go skydiving, alright?
That ain't me.
I think he's fucking crazy. And when he was like, whoever like loses the fantasy football league gets to go skydiving with me, and I was like, dude, you just lost everybody there.
No, I ain't playing.
I was like, if that's happening and we're doing something to like get the first overall pick, dude, I'm trying my fucking ass off, dude. I'm taking that 1-1 and I'm going CMC. But I feel like you could also call me crazy for driving down to Arizona with only 4 people in a car and not stopping anywhere.
Down to 5 seconds.
But
But I'm not crazy enough to do nursing, you know?
Biohazard container.
like I would say Lauren's crazy, but she's also like not super crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not insane.
Like, there's the whole hotness crazy scale.
Yeah, like she's fine. Like
Yeah. The hotness matches the...
the hotness is like overtakes the craziness.
Yeah. That, yeah.
There's a thing with Tatum too. Is like she was. I feel like she was too innocent.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah,
She was
those hurt, and
She was innocent, and like, don't get me wrong, she wasn't innocent in some ways, but
she wasn't the Jeremy innocent.
Yeah, but like, she didn't know what like something like.
Op 4, last operator.
On me.
She
Oh
was
my god.
innocent.
Eliminated. Mission
Like-
successful.
Oh, our teammate got that. Wait, did we trade? I think I traded with that person.
It's like, I mean, she was innocent though. Like, I remember, like, there's things that, like, she was just like, me and, like, her roommates, like, there's something said, and then, like, she was just lost, like,
Mm-hmm.
no clue.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you didn't know.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, like, I was a very innocent person in some prairie. Like, I didn't know a lot of the shit I was doing. And then I met Tamia, and then I became not innocent in any sense of the word. I learned a lot. I learned, like, basically what I treat as, like, okay, well, that's sort of a red flag. I learned from her
Yeah.
and her kind of, like, treatment of me and stuff like that. And I have, like, in my notes app, highlighted key phrases that people are going to use or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. That's instantly no. Which is weird because, like, I'm not the person who's, like, gonna write somebody off instantly, but if they use, like, those phrases, like, multiple times, I'm like, okay, they mean these phrases. Like, I don't think this is a good idea.
Op 4 has located the biohazard
Yeah.
container.
And it's just a weird experience for me because, like, I see people using these phrases and I'm like, okay, I know what I gotta do. I'm gonna peel back the attention spans a little bit here and focus on myself and just not worry about it anymore because I'm like, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Which sucks because that was a relationship in middle school and high school that has taught me a lot, and I didn't like that trauma. I mean, nobody likes any sort of trauma, but I've learned a lot off of it, and I think it's made me who I am today, so I'm
You are being tracked.
extraordinarily thankful for it. I'm being tracked. At the same time, I know I could have handled it better. Everybody can, you know?
Yep.
Friendly last operator. Securing
What the
biohazard
fuck?
immediately.
Is that twice now?
The hostile
Oh, he was actually shooting at someone else.
Yeah, I know. I saw it from his POV.
I still voted yes. I voted yes to it.
securing the biohazard container. All friendlies were eliminated. Mission failure.
What was I gonna say before that happened? Oh, like, I'm gonna jump back to, like, I could have been, like, some relationships in high school.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably, like, I kind of wish I was in some sense, you know, just so I had, like, that high school relationship, you know,
Yeah.
you get it out of the way.
That
so-
is one thing that I regret as well, is not taking a relationship in high school.
Yeah.
But to be
'Cause,
honest with you, like, I just wasn't ready.
I was focused on other things, and I was innocent too. Like, you know what I mean?
Engage op 4.
Yeah. And, like, I wasn't ready, so I didn't want to be, like, viewed as that guy, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just not gonna try it for anything like that. And I was like, it's not gonna end well for me. It's not gonna end well for that person. I'm like, regardless of it just being a like high school relationship,
5 seconds and counting.
I'm like, I know with like my intents and stuff like that like I'm there for the long run.
That's another thing too. Is like the
So,
reason
like-
why I didn't do a relationship
Yeah.
is because I look at a relationship and I'm like, I'm in a relationship because I want to marry you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I'm gonna date you obviously first, but like,
Yeah.
the plan is to end it with marriage.
Yeah.
Like that's what
My
like,
dream?
I'm not,
The great American dream, you know? Nice house, white picket fence type of shit, you know?
yeah. And like that's kind of like a thing. Like with Lauren, I didn't push it because I'll be honest, I didn't see that happening with me and her at this time.
Yeah. And it truly does, and I know you've said that a lot with Hayden and stuff like that. Is like right person, wrong time, and I truly feel like I feel like Lauren came into your life at the right time, just
Yeah.
not the right time. Like I feel
think-
like she helped tremendously to
I,
get you to a
I
better.
needed that.
Yeah.
I needed that. But I don't think if I wanted to be like in a relationship with her,
Mhm.
it was the wrong time.
Yeah. If you wanted the long term, it was the wrong
If
time. But
If I wanted that, it was the wrong time. But if I wanted for like what I really wanted from her, I got out of her.
yeah,
That was it. You know what I mean?
I don't like this. I have
I was like, with her, I wasn't looking for a relationship when I started talking to her
They've ceased attempting to secure the container.
at all. I do.
Fuck.
Mission failed.
I heard him like buggering around over there, but I was like, and I think that was the guy I heard buggering around.
Yeah. But like, you know, like,
Yeah.
if I wanted a relationship with her, it was the
Mhm.
wrong time. But I got what I wanted with her, I would say.
Yeah. And wording it like that sounds really
It's
fucking
not-
bad on your part, but
That's
it's
not,
not.
what I, like. It's not like, because I wasn't wanting a relationship necessarily. I was just wanting that person to talk to.
Mhm. You wanted a person that you could bond with.
Yeah.
And specifically, he wanted a girl to bond with.
It needed to be a girl.
He needed that
Oh.
emotional connection to fill somewhat of that void in his heart that was left
There's,
there.
there's that void, and then there's just something, like, I know I had you guys, but, like, there's just something that, you know, there needs to be a girl.
Yeah.
Like, complete it.
hmm
And when I first started talking to her, it was like, I was just talking with her. But then all of a sudden, it was like November, and I was like, things kind of just clicked.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was like, we're in for the long haul. But then also at that time, I was talking to 2 other girls,
hmm
which was not a good,
Yeah.
was not good.
I can't really speak on that because obviously I've talked about with you and stuff like that about how I kind of had like 5 girls that I was like, I can really see a future with this people. So I'm like, I'm gonna start taking these people out on dates and stuff like that and seeing what they think about in their future lives and stuff like that and what they're planning on. And I was like, maybe like I can connect like somewhat with these people. And then all of a sudden I was like, like I'm just not connecting where I want to connect with these people. So I'm like, so I started peeling back, and one person that I was talking to for a long time, and my mom was really rooting for her because we were talking for a long time, and she generally made me really happy, but like she just didn't have like the same aspiration of where I wanted to be in life in a few years.
5 seconds to insertion.
Which is funny because like I obviously hate a lot of aspects about where I'm at now, but I know that like with where I'm at now, I could like throw myself like further than I could if I just give up on it.
Yeah.
But like I had to make like a really really tough decision there, and what makes it hurt like even worse or whatever is that like she was one of like the first people I was like, this is not working. And I like to put it this way, I put more money into her than I did Jazz, which is crazy to me.
Secure the biohazard container. Hostile. 4 last operators.
Cover me, reloading!
Container once the threat is neutralized.
Wow, we kind of just stormed in there.
4 neutralized. Mission successful.
I hate the video. Oh, what were we talking about? There's something I was gonna say. Wait, where were we at?
I think you were talking about 3 girls. You're 3.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so like we were at, it was like November, and I had like 3 girls with the option. I remember I like talked to Sam about it, and he was just like, "Oh, I'd probably try to get one of the Platteville girls,
Mm-hmm.
and I would probably try to like work with Lauren over break,
Mm-hmm.
But like it was like November, and I was just kind of chilling or whatever
10 seconds.
with the 3. One fell off
Insertion in
about
5 seconds.
right after Thanksgiving,
Mm-hmm.
so
Proceed to
I don't know, it's kind of
biohazard
just
container
me and
location.
Lauren, and Lauren just kind of, to me, Lauren connected with me more.
Yeah. And I feel like just a genuine connection is so vital. Like, not like an artificial connection. Like, there are a lot of people out there I have an artificial connection with.
And yeah, like I said, I mean, I could see me and Lauren being something later on.
Mm-hmm. Watch out, there's a
I
guy
could,
there.
I could see that.
Should be good.
I'm not gonna bank on it.
Yeah. Not gonna put all the eggs in one basket.
That's pretty good on her shot.
And that's kind of like what I was kind of going with there is like, I could see myself with all these people, but I'm not gonna like sit here and just bank on it being this specific person or this other specific person. I'm like, I really need to see like what's like what these people like generally want out of everything.
Yeah. They're gonna be very dead.
Yeah, I'm dead. And like it's just like truly, genuinely so hard to really go out and talk to like more and more girls without the use of dating apps like the internet, because like I don't want to get labeled as like
Protect the bio
a creep, you know?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's one of like the most damaging things that can happen to is like, oh, this guy's a creep,
friendly operator remaining.
and you're kind of just like sitting there like, I was respectful the entire time.
Bio container secure.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's one of my like personal fears about like going to like the gym or something like that, is because I'm not the most attractive guy, and like I kind of just like blank out sometimes. Like I'm kind of just staring at a wall or whatever, and I'm kind of just doing my own thing. And like next thing I know, like I could end up on some random chick's like TikTok page about like, oh, this guy's a massive creep or whatever, and next thing you know, my life's going down the drain.
Yeah.
And that's really fucking that's really fucking something that hurts to think about, is because that does happen.
Like,
Be ready to eliminate hostiles.
there's just so much. Dating's just so hard.
It really really is, and that's like it's one of like the few things that like I'm very passionate about and stuff like that, is like dating life, because it has taught me so much, and
Down to 5.
I work my fucking ass off for everything, you know?
Yeah.
And me and you are kind of along the lines and the same opinions of what we're looking for in like relationships and stuff like that, of like we want something that's gonna last us.
Yeah, I'm not. See, yeah, if I wanted a hookup, I would have had a few.
Yeah.
Or like,
I would have asked Joey to hook me up, you know? I feel like
you know, if I looked for something, I could have gotten some things. If I, but there's just things that I just didn't. It's just kind of who I am. It's like I'm not looking for.
1 op 4 remaining.
Oh, he's stay away.
yeah, no, it's something I'm truly not looking for either, is kind of that like hook up, like one pump and you're done, you know?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I'm looking for that, you know, long term.
Damn, we went fucking crazy that round.
You play the best when you're just not. You're just vibing.
Yeah, and that's there's this person that like is on the stream right now or whatever. It's the animal cracker person on TikTok, and they're kind of like, you don't want to tell me all these things, but like you're having this conversation on the internet. The thing is that me and him are just yapping right now. We're completely yapping. We're not focused on what we're gonna say next. It's just kind of coming out and going on with it. And if you learn something, you learn something. And the possibility that this video goes private and I delete it in a few days is very fucking low, don't get me wrong. Because I'm probably going to listen to this while I'm at work one of these few days.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to like think about it. I'm going to try to like process a lot of this. And I have questions on a notes app that if we start running out of ideas, I can spark up some other stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pull aspects from this, because I know I'm going to do this again with maybe you again, and maybe I'm going to do it with Joey again if Joey ever comes online again. Or maybe I'm going to do it one day with JJ or Jacob. I would love to do it with JJ, I'm going to be honest with you. I would love to hear JJ's thoughts and process.
I would love. I think that would be great. Just a nice yap sesh with JJ.
Yeah, JJ's got some shit I want to hear, man.
he's got some hidden stuff that it would just be great to hear.
And I feel like a group podcast session would be fucking insane. But I know for that one, like, it's not going to be more of a yap session. It's going to be more of a sparking up a question and then having everybody sort of answer that and make conversation that.
It's not going to be as good as something like this.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot like how the original video with me and Joey kind of went, where I'm kind of pulling up the questions and kind of sparking out that conversation there. And don't get me wrong, that went pretty fucking well. There, it's just not as fluent as what me and you are doing.
I'm just looking through my notes right now.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I wrote 10 things for, like, Tatum after we broke up.
I don't know, kind of looking at my notes app here, and, like, literally, my notes app has, like, some of my favorite songs listed, because that's a conversation that you have a lot, especially on dating apps and stuff like that. It's like, what's your favorite song? And I change it up every fucking time. So I have kind of just like a list of songs on there. And then I have a GTA 5 shopping list. And then I have questions, and then I have just a lot of notes about just general thoughts that like, given at like a moment's notice, I can copy and paste and kind of put out there. I also have a few like things I've sent to my boss, but
I'm just looking back, and man, Jaden really meant a lot to me at the time.
yeah. I'm standing.
Like, at the time, she was pretty much my everything.
Yeah. Kind of like that Juice WRLD song, you know? She's my everything. Thoughts of letting her.
Yeah. Or were they?
I'm not sure, I'm gonna be honest with you. That guy. That's him.
Setting C4.
That would have been crispy. But, like... What?
I'm just jamming out some songs.
Ah, gotcha. Hey, got the revenge kill there. But, like, there have been so many moments in, like, my life where I'm like, man, shit, something should have gone differently there. Like, I could have done so much differently. But at, like, the same time, like, most of them have taught me the right way. Some of them have taught me the wrong way, and that's why I wish that, like, I did it a different way. Because I'm like, I did not learn my lesson.
Canister in place.
Which, that's the worst ones, is when you don't learn. And
That aim was atrocious.
Bro hit him with the nuh-uh aim. And I know, like, I come back to, like, Jeremy all the time or whatever, but, like, it truly was a good experience for him, and I am so glad he did not take it the way that me, you, and Joey have kind of taken up, like, bad breakups, you know?
Dude,
we need to learn from that motherfucker. We need him here. We need him, we need JJ. We need those two fuckers to start talking.
Okay, I feel like for Jeremy, though, it wasn't as deep of a connection at all. So, to begin with, which is why it was easier.
Yeah, that's probably a fair statement.
Because, like, for me, I would say Hayden was my best friend. Right? I was with her every day.
Yeah. I feel like Jeremy was very cautious about, like, what he told Kaylee. Because, like...
I feel like
I felt like he knew that, like, or had a suspicion that, like, everything
There
that
was some-
he told her was going to you.
Yeah, that's true. Like, at the time, me and Kaylee were, why?
Yeah. You guys were best friends.
We were, yeah.
Which doesn't make the cousin loving, video any better.
That's fair.
Makes it quite worse, actually.
Like, me and her were very tight at the time.
Oh shit. There's another guy there.
Like, me and her were tight.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and then I kind of got involved in that whole relationship, and I was like, wait, what the fuck kind of shit is this? I was like, Jeremy, what the hell is this? It's like, is this good? And I'm like, no! No, this is bad! It's like, what do you mean? And I was like, this is really bad, dude!
Yeah.
He was like, why? And I was like, she's confessing shit to me that she hasn't told you or Andrew.
One friendly remaining.
I was like, she got my number 2 days ago.
Securing the biohazard container.
Nah, she's good.
Mission failed. All friendlies.
And I still don't know if she knows that, like, everything that she told me went straight to Jeremy and you.
Yeah, I don't know. But, like, I don't know. In that relationship, it was just like,
I also think it was very artificial.
that's what I was gonna say. I was like, it was artificial, it wasn't there.
It was forced.
Yeah, like, I feel like at the time it was like, well, I remember it was technically competition, me and Jeremy.
Yeah, that was a thing.
And then
That was a thing.
there were some things where I was like, yeah, I didn't go after some things I could have.
Mm-hmm.
And
Why the
I also
fuck did
had-
we do that?
Friendly drone deployed. Op
I don't remember.
It was a dark time in the friend group.
I think it was just like, yo, I bet I can get a relationship before you do, man.
Yeah, it might have been.
I think it was just straight up just like, yo, I'm better than you.
10 seconds to insertion.
Well, Weber just pulled the big baller move, and
Insertion in 5 seconds.
then it
And
was kind of
then-
just Operation Get Jimmy a Girlfriend.
Yeah, and then it just kind of turned into like,
Secure it.
yeah, I don't care that much about it.
Yeah,
I'm sticking to my values.
yeah. And I think Jeremy kind of needed something like that in his life. I think we all kind of do. It is kind of that one, like, first relationship where just nothing goes right. It's not good.
I mean, that's one thing with Tatum is like everything went too good. I feel like
Yeah.
until
And that's one of, like, the few, many of the few aspects of the friend group that I truly like is that it's not, like, an artificial
Secure the
friend group where it's kind of like, oh, like, we just met and we all do, like, the same shit.
remaining.
It's more of a, oh, fuck, like, we all have, like, some different experiences and different thoughts about said experiences.
yeah.
Nicely done. Bio containers secure.
That was a throw at the end there.
And I don't know. I feel like just obviously we've all been in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just hoping it doesn't take me forever to get into another one eventually.
Yeah. And I hate saying this on air or whatever, but Like,
I don't want to force it. Either.
the relationship that I'm in, like, right now, or whatever, like, I really hope it can truly last, but at the same time, like, I have concerns about it.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I've already voiced, like, my concerns and stuff like that, and she's already kind of, like, yesterday or whatever, like, when I was just kind of in a fucked mood, like, I was like, I'm ready to rip somebody's fucking head off yesterday,
Yeah.
and, like, there were a few people who were like, oh shit, like, you good, my guy? And I was like, no, I'm not, but I don't really want to talk. She was kind of more like, you alright? And I was like, no, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I'm actually, like, super pissed off. Like, really pissed off, and, like, I can't bring myself to, like, say anything positive to anybody. And she was like, I mean, if you bring that same energy in the bedroom, we're good, but she's like, if you're gonna talk like that, she's like, we have a little bit of a problem. And I was like, yeah, that's why I'm gonna take a shower and just kind of just cool off and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, I do that. And I got out of the shower, she's like, you feel better? And I was like, yes. Low key, I do. I almost fell into a frost mat. There's guys in front of me and guys behind me.
I just don't like what you.
I don't know. When she low-key, like, said that or whatever, like, I kind of laughed. Because I was like, this is kind of just the dynamic that we're bringing. I was like, I don't know if I could really, like, keep this dynamic up, you know? But, like, literally, her first message to me was, can I eat your ass in Spanish? Yes, this is the same chick. And, like, I'm like, wow. Like, okay, then. I understand our dynamic here.
One friendly operator remaining.
I'm like, but can I keep it up, you know?
Yeah.
And that's one of, like, my, like, few concerns about this whole relationship is just that dynamic that I'm like, I don't really like it being purely
15 seconds.
that kind of dynamic in the relationship. I want to check your gun on its ammo.
5 seconds. Activity. Resume securing the container once the threat is neutralized.
Fuck.
All friendlies have been eliminated.
Because, I mean, like, when it's purely, like, one way. Did you hit him at all?
I don't think so.
Like, when it's purely, like, just that kind of functionality, I'm like, it concerns me a little bit, because I'm like, that's not all I am, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I there are days I'm like, I just prefer to keep it slow. And I'm like, I just kick back, relax, and actually watch the movie, you know?
Exactly.
I mean, Jay just put me on some rom-coms, so, you know, I'm chilling now. Other than that, I was kind of lost when it came to movies, you know? Like, she's like, oh, what movie do you want to watch? I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like, what kind of movie are you into? Because, like, I know there's nothing that, like, me and you could, like, really watch and be like, yeah, this is a nice, relaxed movie. There are probably some TV shows nowadays or whatever. I'm like, fuck it, let's watch this. But that wasn't the aspects of a few, well, over a year ago.
10 seconds to insertion.
Like, I've grown as a person from those incidents.
Op 4 has located the biohazard
But at at the same time, like, I've also grown less confident in myself, you know? Like, when you got that relationship, you're on top of the fucking world.
Yeah.
And then it goes away, and then you are no longer on top of the world. That did not work. There's an OSA out there. There's an Ash way down there.
I have like, she was knocked. She knocked herself.
Did she knock herself, or was she TK'd? Because I thought she was TK'd.
Oh, she was probably TK'd.
Yeah. So I think the Ash was shooting.
Again, I got the full kill.
You scared the hell out of me, by the way.
Last stop standing.
Did not care about you.
No, he didn't. Fuck! Jesus Christ! I'm also glad that, like, I'm not dating, like, somebody who's, like, super set in their ways and they're more fluid, kind of like I am.
Mm-hmm.
Where that's one of, like, the few things of my life that, like, I've needed to get way better at doing, is kind of becoming more fluid and just kind of going with the waves, but also being able to put my foot down when it matters the most to me. And the whole putting the foot down while being fluid was kind of new and infuriating to me, because I'm like, I can't really put my foot down, because I'm like, kind of built this persona that, like, I'm cool with most. But more recently, like, I've kind of just been, no, that's not fucking happening.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, she's kind of been a major factor in that. She's like, say no. And that has helped me do a lot of shit in my life, and it's more like shaping my opinions on things.
Yeah.
Which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Who knows? Don't have hindsight yet, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in a few months we look back at this and we're laughing at my fucking happy self, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I've seen. I don't know. I don't know. I need to find another girl though.
Yeah.
It's like, Lauren's not gonna be that person that I talk to now all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta find that person, and I gotta find her, and then I gotta make it into a relationship now too.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And
with
this is
Lauren,
the hard part right here, is now when you're looking for that relationship.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. Like, it'll probably be a month or two before I find something worth it. But like with Lauren, it was like, it's for the moment, but it was also like, I just didn't feel like I needed to make it a relationship for so long. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, we have something, but it doesn't have to be that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Friendly drone deployed. Op 4 is reinforcing its
And
location.
like, there's a point, I think before I took her on a date, I probably had a better chance if I asked her out, her saying no.
Yeah.
And then I took her on a date,
Mm-hmm.
10 seconds.
which if I made out with her and I asked her, she probably would have said yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't, because that's not what I was like looking for
Yeah.
in that, on that date. You know, I was looking for that kind of like connection,
Mm-hmm.
which I would say we got.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to, like, look back at, like, something and be like, you know, like, maybe we had this, like, right Like, right there. And this comes back to the whole conversation we had like 40 minutes ago about hindsight and how damaging it can be sometimes. Is like, man, like, shit, like, maybe we did have that, but it comes down to spur of that moment. I just got knifed. Because you never know, unless you try it. And you could sit here and be like, I just watched our teammate just get flung by his own nomad thing. Uh-oh.
Where are they?
Run, boy, run.
15 seconds remaining. Op 4 last stop standing. Hostile activity. Neutralize the threat. Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
But there are a few aspects of it where you're like, man, shit, like, if I would have just done it here. Or maybe you just said this other thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should have done this other thing. But you're not thinking that in the moment. You're just thinking, okay, like, what should I do here? And you're not really thinking about, like, what should I do long term?
Yeah.
When in hindsight, you're like, man, like, I really fucking miss this person. I really miss what they brought. Like, man, I should have done that. And now you're like, shit, like, I had all these impacts, when in reality, you don't know, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because in reality, they could be thinking, like, nah, I'm not this person.
Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm honestly kind of happy I didn't go into a relationship with her.
Located.
Mm-hmm.
Its location.
Because, like she said, I mean, like, she just doesn't see us. We don't have that much in common.
Yeah.
Like, she just doesn't see it and stuff, and it's like, it's kind of a good thing I didn't do it, because
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to waste, my time
Yeah.
into actually, like, going into a relationship with her.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's everybody, you know, where, like, you really don't want to be wasting their time and your time, because that's one of the most valuable things in life is time, and you never know how much you got until it's gone.
All I know is I wasted enough time.
Mm-hmm. I feel like everybody wastes so much time, and you're kind of just like dilly-dallying around like topics and stuff like that about with other people, and sometimes like you just gotta be like, look, I respect you and I think you're fun to talk to, but I don't see blank, blank, and blank, you know?
Yeah, I think that's what me and Lauren
Yeah.
was. We like each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we like each other enough, but not enough for a full-blown relationship.
Yeah, not enough that, like, you two could get together tomorrow and
Yeah.
it would last long term. Like, you guys could get together, but that's not
Yeah.
saying it's gonna go, like, crazy lengths.
Mm-hmm. Like, with Tayden, it was like,
To eliminate hostiles.
I'm retarded.
Yeah.
Like,
It's the same way with me and Camille, man. And because, like, I did the same fucking move that, like, you're talking about, where, like, I basically took her from a few other guys or whatever. Like, I was constantly fighting other people for her.
Located the biohazard.
And surprise, surprise, okay? Like, actually not surprise, surprise. Surprise, you know, like, I was fighting other people for her or whatever, and then I was like, and then she would cheat on me with the same fucking people. And I'd be like, wait a fucking minute. And then a fucking new guy came around and everything went to shit. To be fair, she was also a hell of a lot smarter than I was. Like, on a scale of intelligence, like, I would have to put her way above Jeremy. She was... And Jacob both were, like, she was ridiculously smart for no reason, and like I knew that was not gonna last because she was smart, I was not, you know.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden our political opinions started differing and stuff like that, and that's when I knew it was pretty much over at that point. But I was kind of in that like I'm in a relationship type of mode, you know. Where I'm like, I'm in a relationship, I'm at the top of the world, nobody can touch me. And that gave me a lot of, like, self-confidence in myself.
Yeah, like with Tatum, it was just, you know, like I said, I thought I was gonna last with her.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was the one.
Yeah.
I was blind. And I'd never been in a relationship, and someone at the time treated me and cared for me.
Yeah.
But then, you know, you look back at it, and it's just like, I was just an scapegoat, really.
Mm-hmm.
Whether she knew it or not.
And that's one of the reasons, like, at first, like, I was so like, are you sure you want to, like, hop into a relationship with, like, Lauren or whatever? Because I was like, it's like, you're coming off of a traumatic breakup. She's coming off of a breakup. I don't know how traumatic, if it was or not, or whatever.
I don't know how to. I don't know. I feel like she was more. I think for her, she went into the, like, you know, like, she broke up, and then she kind of went to that, like, whole phase, kind of. Like, she's just gonna hook up with a guy.
Yeah.
Cause, like, I remember she, like, there was, like, a dude, like, during Halloween, like, stuff, but...
Yeah, no, I was kind of, like, against it, because I was like, you guys are kind of just, like, coming off of, like, breakups or whatever, and I'm like, you guys probably just gonna rebound off of each other.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know how to help you there. Just enough that, like, I can get you somewhat over that hump to, like, where I could push you off to that girl, you know?
Yeah.
Because I basically put myself as a bridge between you and just total Joey-ness, you know?
Yeah.
And I purposely did that, because I was like, I can't deal with you and Joey being Joey.
Yeah. I mean, like, it was like with Aiden, it was just like, I saw it coming, but it was also like so hard because I never thought it actually would happen.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, dang.
I mean, because nobody really likes to think negatively when it comes to a relationship. And when you do, like, start thinking negatively about a relationship, you're like, there's no way. There's no way. No. Regardless of it. You know, like, I don't know what it's called. What is it? I don't know what it's called. I'll probably send you a message later about what it's called, but like where you just whatever. I'm just gonna drop that part and I'll send a message to you later and leave a comment on here or some shit. But like that like whole aspect of things is like wow, like I I truly just feel stuck.
I get robbed of this.
And that's one of like the few things about like where I'm at in my like current life or whatever is I don't like admitting when I'm stuck.
Mm-hmm.
So when like I'm stuck or whatever, like I kind of just sit there and I'm like, man, this is I don't know what to do, like, but I don't want to sit there and like ask somebody for help. Because I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. I want to figure it out and then be able to help other people when they get stuck.
Mm.
And that's one of the main reasons why I do a lot of like my whole like mental journey by myself, so I know what it feels like to do it by yourself, and then I can help people when I start like realizing like, oh, you're trying to do this by yourself. Yeah, don't do that, man. Like, take it from me. Like, don't do that. And then I immediately like go and do that myself, so I feel like really shitty about that, you know?
10 seconds.
Because I openly say to everybody that like I know and generally respect, like, hey, like, come to me if you got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And like at the same time, if I got a problem, I don't really go to anybody, you know? What the fuck?
50k me last round.
Okay. Good enough. Oh, hell no.
Two times, whole rounds in a row I get fucking two. Okay, to be fair, that wasn't really his fault, but still.
Last operator standing.
By the way, this stream lasted longer than mine and Joey's episode 1. And me and Joey talked about like 8 different topics. Me and you have kind of just been centered around the same topic this entire time.
Yeah, we've been just kind of chilling on like
Relationships?
heartbreak, relationships.
The heartbreak episode, dude. I feel like this is I feel like we're gonna come back to this episode and stuff like that, and I feel like both of us, after this, I feel like both of us are gonna take this and reflect on it, and I feel like in a few months or a few years, who the fuck knows, we're gonna come back to this, we're probably gonna have a lot of different opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we're gonna have more insight, maybe we're gonna have more questions, maybe we're gonna have more answers, maybe we might have somebody else, you know? Like, I feel like a person that, like, we could bring in here and this would shoot up to, like, a 4-hour fucking marathon would probably be Joey. Because I feel like he has, and, like, I mean this in the most respectful way, I feel like he has so many, like, just stories about relationships and stuff like that, regardless of, like, how healthy the relationship was.
Mm-hmm.
And I know me and you have said this multiple times now, but like, I would really love to hear JJ's like stories about relationships and get that on here.
So good. I want to hear Jeremy too. Like,
I would love to hear Jeremy as well.
like, yeah, you know, Kaylee, you're Kaylee, and I would love to hear like deep, you know, like thought process on everything.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, I just found out on YouTube or whatever, I can make, like, the podcast link that I have going, like, a shared link, so, like, I don't even have to be there to, like, record it, to be able to put it in this, podcast thing. And I feel like that's just a major game player now. Because I feel like, actually, like, I could get, like, Jeremy and like JJ to like either do it themselves or like
teammates.
or like do it with like me or somebody like that, and to be honest with you, like, this original idea came up with me and Joey, but me and Joey just haven't had, like, a certain time to get on here and, like, talk, like, one-on-one and stuff like that, or get to a point where, like, you know what, like, we're just yapping. And I said this as you were going to the bathroom or doing whatever you were previously, that me and you have been yapping for, like, 3 hours before I decided to press record.
Yeah, I mean, like, we've been going at it for a while.
Yeah, and we're still finding new aspects to talk about, which is really fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Because me and you don't have a lot of experience when it comes to dating.
No, I mean,
Combined, like, what, 5?
Friendly drone
I had Tatum. That was my only, like, actual dating.
Yeah.
And then if
Well,
you wanna
I'm also
count-
counting Lauren.
If you want
as
to
well.
count Lauren, because we had a connection.
Mm.
Me and Lauren had a connection.
Yeah.
Or
insertion
we
in
had
10 seconds.
something there,
5 seconds to insertion.
but we weren't.
Proceed to biohazard.
See, I'm personally counting Lauren in that equation.
Yeah, you could count Lauren easily in that because of the, me and her. How long we talked.
Yeah, that is a factor I do play in it. Is how long you guys talked.
I mean, it was like almost 6 months, realistically.
Yeah. Ugh, that was a
Like,
disgusting
daily,
word. You scared the hell out of me when I saw your gun barrel, by the way.
daily, like, I didn't even think about it. I was like,
It's a long
we
time.
talked every day, almost 6 months. It's gonna be weird not talking to her as much.
Fuck.
I mean, I'll be fine with it. 'Cause
Yeah, no, fuck, what was I? For me, like, I count Tamia, Jazz, and then the current one I'm in right now, which I'm keeping very broad because, like, it's fresh, you know? It's like, I don't have many talking points or, like, saying, like, bad things or good things about it, and there are plenty of good things so far, and I mean, like, her energy that she brings to it is a just completely new energy I have not experienced before. I'm like, wow. It's like, I didn't know anybody could be built like this. I'll be honest with you,
Eliminated all friendly.
I forgot you fucking died there, so I was letting you soundboard. I was like, oh, you gotta be quiet. He's dialed in because you weren't saying anything either, and our teammate was
Yeah.
like kind of looking left and right, and I was like, shit. And then I looked at his username, and I was like, wait a second. It's like it doesn't matter if I'm fucking quiet or not. It is 11:04.
yeah.
God motherfucking damn.
I mean, I've been on since like, how long has this party been going on for? 10 hours?
Yeah, 9:56.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like
I'm not even that tired.
I'm not that tired either, but I feel like I should go to sleep at some point, you know?
Yeah, I'm staying on for a while. 'Cause I've got a lot
I'm
of-
staying on until you get off. I'll put it that way.
Op 4 is reinforcing.
If that means I'm on until 2, shit, I'll go get some caffeine, bro.
I've had a lot of caffeine.
I'm
sorry.
making that Mountain Dew tower, baby.
I will say I've been drinking since 2, maybe.
Yeah. It's probably why we're yapping, you know?
It's
got- it's got some in him.
You probably couldn't really tell.
Biohazard container
No, I couldn't.
location.
Not really.
I mean, I knew because
you knew, but you couldn't. If you didn't know,
Yeah.
you wouldn't notice. Okay.
Yeah.
I've maybe had 5 drinks though.
Yeah,
I
it's
had,
not bad.
but each drink, I've actually done the math. Each drink is like 4. Like how much at 4 is like 4 things.
Yeah. I mean, like, we can start, like, dabbling into, like, different topics. Because I can feel like our main topic here is starting to die out just a little bit, because
Biohazard container.
we're getting to parts where we're generally unsure about.
He's he's in that room, boys.
Okay. Well, that didn't work.
He's to the right.
Fuck.
Friendly, last operator standing.
I was gonna try to make it to point, and then I knew he was. Oh, fuck.
He's up this. You want to play on a Fortnite creative map, dude?
Yeah, sure, why not? That means I'm gonna have to end the stream here, but.
Oh, fuck. I'm gonna have to end that stream then, I don't know.
I don't really care about the stream that much. I mean, we can always start a new one.
True.
And I could always, like, merge the two streams if I really want to get fucking fancy with it.
Yeah. I was just thinking, change it up.
I really... Because I know how, like, streamers do it or whatever. Like, I'm not doing it the proper streaming way, but...
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Four eliminated all friendly.
Like, I'm using PlayStation to stream it off of. But yeah, if you want to go play like a creative map, we can go do that. I'm down for that. I'm just gonna go get another drink real quick.
I think so. I think that'd be good.
All right.
I've been on Rainbow for 10 hours.
Yeah, that's mentally draining. I will say, we went on for like 1 hour and 52 minutes. That's fucking crazy.